Logan Shannon has every reason to be mad at the world. He was dealt a bad hand at a very young age.
Everyone else is having the ability to do these things that I'm slowly losing the ability to do.
By the time Logan was 10, anger took hold of his body almost as fast as the Duchenne muscular dystrophy he was battling.
There were times where it's like, I'd rather just not have to go through any of this, and my desire is that I would be freed from really this metaphorical cage.
But Logan quickly decided this disease that was crippling his muscles and confining him to a wheelchair can either define him or he can write his own ending, and so he did.
Obviously, my physical ability is limited in great ways, but my ability to use my mind and even to love others is not limited.
So with the help of his best church buddy, Lee Kresser,
seeing him, it made me want to come alongside.
They decided to write a book.
Because I remember when he could still walk, it was very unsteady. And I remember his determination to work through the walking, no matter how awkward it was.
Lee figured if Logan could touch other people the way he did him, that was the real story.
Even if you're in a piece of equipment, your capability is still there to make a very positive impression on people.
Logan wrote letters to all of the people who touched his life, his family, teachers, friends, doctors.
And I would write letters about what I would like them to take away from my life.
And then all of those people wrote Logan back, and to his surprise, they didn't see the kid who lost his legs too young, whose lungs are only functioning at 10%, or who, as much as he wants to, can't reach out and hug you. They saw what Lee sees, the valedictorian of his graduating class, the young man who never gave up and who loves you back through words instead of hugs.
He doesn't get up and shake hands. He's got to sit all the time. But that doesn't make him less of a man. That's my friend, that's my buddy.
So whether you're disabled, sick, or just sick of the hand you've been dealt, Logan hopes his letters will help you.
Someone who did not let a moment go to waste. Someone who lived with excellence with what they had and really lived as though the sky was the limit. And even where there were limitations, rose above them.
Cherie Palello, WLWT News 5.